Hey guys, so for this assignment, I'm going to be putting two of my previous courses through the CRAAP test. The first course that I'm going to score is Anatomy and Physiology. I took this course last year as a freshman and I absolutely loved it. For currency, I scored this class a 10. I feel like the information that you learn in anatomy and physiology, like how the body works, things like that, it doesn't really change over time, but the instructor did do a really good job of updating her slides, giving us new interventions for this or a new take on this topic or stuff like that. For relevance, I scored this class a 10 because I think that this course definitely pertains to what I want to do when I grow up. I would like to be a neonatal nurse practitioner, and so I feel like even for me, more importantly, just because I want to work with infants, so they obviously can't tell me what hurts or they can't communicate with me at all. So I need to really understand how the body works, what's happening under the skin, what signs and symptoms to look for to be able to correctly take care of my patients. For authority, I also scored this class a 10. So my instructor was the head of the neurology department at the University of Kentucky. And not only did she have the appropriate credentials, but she got her teaching material from reliable sources as well. For accuracy, I scored this class a 10. So the information that we learn in this class is very objective. It's kind of just point blank how the body works. So it's definitely been supported by multiple scientists through experiments, studies. So I think it is obviously very accurate. Finally, for purpose, I scored this class a 10. I think the information that I learned is vital to everything in the medical field to understand any illness, disease, how to keep a patient healthy, anything like that. You have to know what's going on underneath the skin, how the body functions. And I feel like this information will always be relevant to me, especially moving forward, and I will carry it with me throughout my career. Overall, I scored Anatomy and Physiology a 50 out of 50, which makes it fall into the excellent category. I just feel like this class completely encompasses the CRAAP evidence tool. This class is super applicable to my major, and I will definitely be carrying everything that I learned in it with me for years to come. The next class that I'm going to score is my Art 4 class that I took senior year of high school. For currency, I scored this class a 10. So although we obviously created like individual artwork, around Christmas time, our class got to design, it was like a big wooden sign, and we painted like the nativity and a Christmas quote on the top, and it was actually placed in our town's Christmas light display. We also did something in September for 9/11. We created like a mural. So I feel like in that aspect, we definitely created artwork that was current. For relevance, I scored this class a 4. Just for me personally, it has nothing really to do with what I want to be when I grow up. It doesn't really aid me in going into the medical field whatsoever. I love it. I love to paint. It's an amazing hobby. It's just not super relevant to my future. For authority, I scored this class a 5. So I'm kind of impartial just because I feel like my instructor obviously had the authority to teach the class, like she knew what she was doing, but I feel like art as a whole is kind of subjective, so I'm just confused as to like who gives who authority in art, like what determines if you're good, if you're bad, stuff like that. So that's why I kind of just stayed neutral with 5. For accuracy, I scored this class again a 5. I just kind of feel like, again, because art is subjective, I don't think that you can say that is the correct way to do your art. However, the supplies that we used, the systematic approach to the way that we made our artwork, I think was correct in our teaching. So for that reason, I again stayed neutral with 5. Finally, for purpose, I scored this class a 10. I think that art as a whole is a wonderful way to express yourself, whether you paint to decrease stress, or you want to decorate your house in art, or, you know, the beach calms you, so you look at a picture of a beach, or just honestly, the list goes on and on. I think that this class has so much purpose and it is useful in so many ways. Overall, I scored my Art 4 class a 34 out of 50, which makes it fall into the borderline acceptable category. And I truly loved this class. I learned so much from it. I think that the score just kind of reflects that it's not super relevant in my future career goals. I think that anatomy and physiology is more applicable to my field, what I want to do when I grow up, and that is why the scores are the way that they are. Thank you guys so much for watching my CRAAP evaluation video, and I'll see ya.